Hello again and welcome back. Today I will be explaining and going through my games at the chess.com daily chess tournament 2024 and walking through some of my analyses of my top 5 games that I've played. So basically, if you don't know what the chess.com daily chess championship is, it happens every year, and every year they have like thousands and thousands, I think like sometimes 10 to 20,000 participants playing a daily game, which is I think it's like you have one day to move, and there's no increments, there's no vacation time or anything, so you have one day to move and that's it. So and it's a good tournament. You have a lot of opportunities as you progress in the rounds to play harder and harder opponents. So far I've played some pretty easy opponents, but I've had some pretty good games. And that's why I'm here today to start to show you actually 5 of my best games that I've played at the tournament. So this is again the chess.com Daily Chess Championship 2024 tournament, and it will be probably lasting the entire year. So chess.com, if you're watching this, thanks a lot for your amazing site that we can all play chess on. And yeah, let's get started into analyzing my top 5 games of the tournament. Okay, here we are at the 2024 chess.com Daily Chess Championship page, like the starting page. And as you see here, I'm in group 4,188, and this is round 1. And in my group, I did achieve first place, so I did get first place in my group. So pretty happy about that. And yeah, so I'm going to show you some games that I played. As you see here, a lot of my players did time out. Like the first like 12, 11, 10, 9, like up to like 5 or something, or 6, not 6 actually, like 7, like from 12 to 7, they all timed out for my game at least, and for some other games I played, like with this guy. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you the top 5 games that I played, which I think were a lot of the top players you see here, because they actually did play. And yeah, I'm gonna show you some better moves I could have done in the games, and better finds, like better ways I could have found better tactics in the game. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and let's start with the first person. So here's the game. Let's get started. Okay. So d4, d5, and this is like regular Chigorin stuff, okay? And I go for this, which is kind of like the queen's pawn opening, except in kind of like, it's like in reverse. So it's called the Chigorin variation, right? Takes, which is not actually a good move, which is usually they do this, which is a better move. But yeah, but just on a side note, actually, I've been exploring some for the Queen's Gambit. I've been exploring some, what is it called? Some Indian games, like the Indian Queen's, whatever it's called, the Indian game. So yeah, if he does like that, I go for the Indian type of game, I guess. So I castle, and then maybe he pushes, and I go for that. And then maybe he does that or something. I don't know. Like that, and then, yeah. So, this is all theory, by the way. This is all kind of like the Pyrrhic defense, except it's also, yeah, like they're saying the Pyrrhic. But I started with the Indian game. So, on a side note, I do like the Indian game better. But I did play d4, d5, right? Which is the queen's pawn opening, obviously. And then I go for the Chigorin. And everything just sucks after that, but whatever. Okay, so he takes, which is not a good move. Absolutely not. I could have done that, I guess, which is a fine move, or I could have done that, 2 pawns in the center, and also attacking that pawn, I guess, which is a pretty good move in my opinion. But let's see what Stockfish thinks. Mistake, really. Should have pushed, maybe. I don't know. I guess pushing's a fine move. Okay, but yeah, I think all these moves are fine. Okay, I think the move I did was totally fine, though. This is fine. Okay, I guess, yeah, you could do this maybe to develop your knight first and then push. Like if he does, like, if he develops or something, I could push, I guess, which is better. But I did push first, which is fine. Okay, very, very strong move. I have to congratulate him for that move. This is, I'm not going to take, because if I take, that's just dumb. Takes queen, and my king's just staying in the open, right? So, and it's also opening up the center. Very good move, right? Now, I could have pushed. I don't know what I was thinking. Push is the best move, right? Maybe he does that. which is a fine move, which is actually a pretty good move, actually. Very good move. Which is a pretty good move, yeah. Or I could just go back. So I don't take, luckily, and I do a terrible move, which is this. Which I think he can just take. Yeah. So he can just take in this position. Takes, and look at this. One pawn, right? I guess you could say I'm a little better still, because this pawn is, I don't know, a little bit hanging, I guess, if you want to do this, but that's a terrible move. So yeah, so did this happen, right? This is absolutely terrible, by the way. Do not ever push your F pawn if you don't have to, okay? Unless you're like trying to open up the center in the middle game. In the beginning of the game, do not push the F pawn, okay? Because there's a lot of tricks I can do that I'm not going to show you now because they're not going to work, but and many other variations, this would not be a good move, okay? The king is open to the queen, so the queen could come in here any moment. So now I push, which is kind of dumb because that doesn't do anything, okay? And I could just do the regular knight c6, and yeah, so and play the regular stuff. But I don't do that, and I push, which is kind of weird, but that's fine. Moves again there, which I guess you could have pushed again, that's fine. Take the free pawn, which is a good move, right? Does that. I don't understand why that's not a bad move. That's not a good move because that's pinning my guy to the queen. Actually, no. I do understand a little bit why. Because I think I could just do that. Is that a good move? I think I could just do that. Let me just confirm though. I don't think that's a very good move, this queen move, but yeah, and it's not actually. Never mind. Sorry. I thought I could do that, but that doesn't work. Yeah, the best move is just pushing, I guess. So he can't really do anything. Can't do anything. Can't do that. So he has to go back, and I could just take and ruin his pawn structure. So, yeah, so he has to do that. Yeah, if I do that, has to do that, and then I just take, which is basically ruining his pawn structure. But yeah, in this position he does that, which is I think that's a fine move, right? Fine move. Now I push, which is a pretty good move, right? And he moves back. I do that, which is a perfectly fine move. I guess they're talking about this. So they're talking about this move, Stockfish, because it's really trapping the knight, right? The only square I can go back to is its original square. So if I do that, like if he does like that or something, I push, he has to go back to the original square. So yeah, so this is a fine move. Boom, boom. I push. Takes, not a good move again, because takes opens up my queen. It opens up my queen. I can castle on the next move. I can promote. I can develop my knight. I can develop my bishop. I can move my rook into action, and I can push pawns. And I have my bishop here. So it's not a good move that he takes, but he takes, and yeah, I just do regular stuff, right? Again, he could have done a better move, which is this. And you know why this is a good move? You know, if I do that, he could have done that. You know why this is a good move? Because let's say I do that, right? He just goes back, and he has a safe square. It's not the best square, I guess, but it's better than this. Better than the original square. So he does do that. I'm sorry, not this. So he takes, develops to a bad square, and then I do that, which is perfectly fine, okay? I could have guessed. I could have done, again, b5, but that's fine. Okay. Does that, which is the best move. Okay, again, very good move. Just keeping his knight stable in the center, right? And also he can go back here. I push, which is very, very good move of me. I could have checked, I guess, but that's fine. Actually, I really could have checked. I could have checked because, right? I could have checked. Maybe, right? And then he has to move. So I could have really checked. 100% I could have checked, but which is the best move. But I did push, which is a fine move. And he does that. Weird move because it kind of just take. Yeah, it's a weird move because absolutely weird move, I guess. Because, yeah, his best move is just going back. His best move is just going back here. But he does do that. And then I take. And then he continues with pushing his pawn for some reason. I don't understand the point of that, but that's fine. So I move back. The best move. And I'm going to finish this game up. So, yep, very, very bad move again. Do not push your your G4 pawn on your king side when you already haven't castled and your king is wide open in the middle. So don't do that. I give a check, which is not a good move again. Yeah, I could have done that. 100% I could have done that, actually. Let's say that, right? Maybe, yeah, that's the only really good move, and I could have just done that. And that's just stellar, attacking this and attacking that at the same time. So he does that, and I give a check, And there's the fatal mistake, right? I give a check. His only move is really just going. Sorry, his only move is really just going there. You know why? I'll explain to you. So he does do that. He blocks, right? I take, and that's where it ends for him. This is the move that it ends. I'll explain why. Okay? So I take, right? He could have taken back, maybe moved his king after, but you don't know. He didn't do that. Okay? That. I guess I could have taken, right? Takes, and I could have done some stuff. But I did this, which is not the best move. This is not the best move, but it is a very good move, right? I could have just taken. Oh, I could have done that too. That's brilliant, because then that. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, but instead of doing that, instead of taking the pawn, I did push up, right? And he resigned. Let me explain you why he resigned. Okay, so let's say he moves. Actually, I'll think about all possibilities, right? So let's say he does that, right? Or something. I'm trying to think. I would take. Takes. And I'm just up 11 points in material. So that's obviously winning. And then if he blocks with the queen, I obviously just take. And I move my queen away. So if the only good move, not good move, terrible move, but absolutely, I mean, he doesn't have many good moves anymore. So he does that, which I think is the best move, right? King F2, yeah? Best move's taking. I think, right? Best move is taking. I hope. Yep. Best move is taking. He takes back. No, if he takes this, right? I take the rook. And then he takes that. I do that. And it's just over for him. Queen, rook, bishop, rook, bishop versus these three. I'm up 14 points in material. Okay? So obviously he's not going to do that, right? So the only other move you can do is resign, which he did. Okay? So he can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do. I mean, he can't do that. So he really can't do anything, and the game is basically over. So he does resign, and that is the second to last game. So yeah, this was an absolutely stellar move. I guess I could have also done that, which if he moved again, I could have just taken, and it would have been the same outcome, right? Takes, and I'm up 16 points in material. So maybe actually a little better, but they were kind of the same, both the moves I did. Okay. And yeah, and this is my analysis of my second game. This guy from, I think he's from Kenya. He played phenomenally the entire game. I did end up beating him, but I'll show you this game, okay? So E4, I'm going to go through this opening kind of quickly. So yeah, very weird move again. Very unnatural move. He hasn't even developed his knights, so unnatural move. Right, I take, he's already giving up a pawn, right? Again, weird move. Okay, so these opening, he needs to practice opening because very weird opening. Again, I don't understand the point of this move, right? I'm so much better now than I played this game. I could have done that. Look at this. How beautiful that move is. 2 pawns in the center. Queen is weirdly here, right? Let's say he takes. You might think he takes, right? Oh, he takes. He's still winning, right? No, he's not. Let me think, actually. I just lost possession, yeah. So he could take, right? And I think this is fine, which I think this is the best move, actually. Or it's not. Maybe it's not. Or I guess, let me think. Takes. I could maybe try. I could do this, right? I think that is the best move. Yeah, I think that is the best move. Protecting this pawn twice. And look how many pieces are developed versus these 2 pieces. Okay? So let me show you this game happen. So he takes. Weird move, but I think this, yeah, again, this is the best move. So I do that. And he just does regular stuff. This is fine. This is the best move. 3 pawn protection over here. Pushes, and I do a very good move. Okay? I'll explain to you why this is a good move, right? Can't go here. Can go here. Can't go here. Can't go there. So he really just has to trade the queen off. So which I do. Takes, and now I'm just up. I'm just winning. I go back down, which I guess I could have done that, but I go back down, and it continues, right? Boom. I'm going to go through this position kind of quickly. So, yeah, so this is kind of weird. I think it's fine, okay? I could have done that, which he'd probably take, and I would just have a bishop. He'd have to move back, and my position is just better. But I do this, which is, I think, fine. Okay. He does that. Not a good move. I think I could have moved back, maybe. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I could have moved back, maybe. Apparently, moving back's the best move. I don't know why. But I do takes back, and I castle. And this position is totally fine. Okay, totally fine position. Okay, pushes the pawn. I do that, which is actually the best move, because if he goes there, I take, obviously. If he goes, has to go somewhere there. So he does go back to the best square, and I push my pawn. Which I guess, yeah, I could have done this first and tried to center both my rooks, but I immediately go aggressively. Okay, I do that, and he takes, and I take with this, which is not a very good move. I could have taken with that. You know why I could have taken with that? Because I just have an extremely, large pawn structure in the middle that's marching towards this side of the board. So, but I do take with this, though. And he takes, and he moves back, right? And I go back, which is fine. He does a good move. Boom. I'm going to go through his position. Okay, no. Sorry. Does this. And I do that. But again, this was a better move. You know why? 2 pawns in the center. Always good. Always good to have. 2 pawns in the center. Also protecting the bishop from this pawn. So good move. Okay, then let's move. Oh, sorry. Let's move on here. So I do that. Good move. I could have moved it, but that's fine. We trade off. 2 pawns in the center. Again, very good move. And the game continues. I do that because I want to have this whole 4-pawn army, but I guess I could have done something better. So I trade off. And again, this position, not a good move because of this. This is actually a really good move because I move, right? And I guess he could just take, but his bishop's just in a good square. Okay, so let's go back. So he did that. Takes, very good move because it's preventing against that, which is moving up. So he does take, and then excellent move. This move changed the course of the game. Excellent move. Excellent. Okay, I thought about it for a while, and I actually did this, right? Because I'm trying to, which I actually, yeah. So I'll explain this after, but I did do that because I know he was trying to get this pawn, right? He's trying to take the pawn on b2, right? So he did that, and then he did that. Best move again. And you know why it's the best move? Because the fatal rook here. That is why it's the best move. So I noticed that in the game, and I moved my king up, which is a great move. And that's the only move. Don't move it down. Don't move it down. Because of absolutely fatal move this, right? And I just lose my knight. I can't do anything. I do that, right? I do that. Checkmate. I can't do anything. So basically in this position, right? He does that. The only good move is this. I don't want to get stuck in the corner. I don't want to lose my knight. So the only good move is this, which actually still loses a pawn because of this, which I think is still the best move, right? I have to move, which is actually not really. I don't know. But I guess he could still do this. Wait, sorry. He could still do this. I have to move the guy maybe to there, and then I can just take, I guess, which is good. Okay, but good move. I move, very good move. And he pushed it to the pawn, which is very unnatural move. But yeah, this is a very good move. Getting my, what is it called? I just thought about it. Oh, absolutely. Ooh. Yeah, sorry. I did not think about that. Right? Told you about this, right? I moved. Great move. No. This is an absolutely fatal move. He's attacking my guy, and I really can't do anything. Think about it. What can I do? I can't protect the knight anymore, can I? I have to move this somewhere. Move there. Takes. That's it. So he does that. I move up, right? He could have easily done that, but that's fine. I try to trade off, and he does not trade off, which is kind of weird. So I do the best move, which is this. Again, if he takes, right? Let's say you might think, oh, he just hanging a pawn. He just hanging a pawn. No, he didn't. Look at this. Takes. Cannot take back because of the rook hanging there. So I do that. Takes, obviously. And he could have taken the pawn, which is actually better in this situation. But he does take that and allow me to increase my pawn structure. Do you see this? Look at this pawn structure. 2 pawns, almost passed. Basically passed. So pretty good. Okay? I move my king, which I could have done that. But I move my king in the action. And he moves his king in a very weird position. But I think that's fine. Yeah, so he does very good moves. He's trying to get this pawn, right? He's trying to attack this pawn, and he's trying to attack this pawn. These 2 pawns. So the second he attacks these 2 pawns, he can get this pawn, which would be a pass pawn, and promote that to a queen, which is good. But I protect it, obviously, by giving it a check, and I just keep my rook there, right? I move my rook to a better square, so it has a nice look at this pawn, and his king cannot move from this file. It has to stay in this or this file. So that's a good move. And then the game just ends, basically, because of that brutal move, right? He does that. I maybe could have done that. Actually, sorry, I'm dumb. Never mind. Yeah, so it's just fine. I move my king up, trying to protect this pawn, right? So he obviously takes, because if he didn't take, like if he did like that or something, he would go for that. And that's just extremely winning for me. So he takes, and then it's basically over. I move the rook to a better square, protecting the pawn and protecting this pawn at the same time. And then I slowly move my king up, and game is over. Sorry, don't worry about that. That's what the engine thinks will be good moves next. Okay, but that's the game over. He doesn't resign. He times out, but that is over because of this. If he did that, right, that would be the move. And then he would have to move it somewhere away. That, and that's just fatal. Maybe he does that. I do that. Maybe he moves up again. Promote to a queen. Takes, and really game's over. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I could. Sorry, I'm dumb. I could have taken it with the rook, which is with the king. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, because I still need to protect this pawn over here. But yeah, so it basically ends in that sequence of events where I basically move my king up, move my rooks, move my pawns up, try to get past pawns, and it did work out in my favor. And yeah, that's really the end of the game. That's why you should always create past pawns in any game you play. And yeah. Thank you to chess.com for hosting this beautiful event. And yeah, that's really it for my game analysis today. Have a good day.